and I'll share with you the different lessons or the different things that like tickle me. I'm like, oh, that's different. That I have seen it on other people, but now it's coming from me from a different perspective. And as I do that, I'll keep unpacking why, what, so on and so forth. And like what will be really fun. And my invitation to you is like watch these lives as they come out, come participate, send me messages, like chat with me, let me know that this is that you're here and or what you feel about all these. And then go see like the polished version afterwards. And I'm not doing the polishing. I'm not editing anything, but I'm bringing on people to help take these streams and turn it into something. So I think that'd be really fun for you to be able to see both the live and then what it looks like afterwards once we get it edited and streamlined and beyond. Like that sounds awesome to me. And I like literally I was talking to my teammate today. I was like, here goes the thing. Like we don't have a big team, but if you imagine this year, if there was 100-person team out there in the world, in any other company. Let's even go with a 10-person team out there in the company. Um, you know, um, I'm trying to find like really good like numbers to make the math work really nicely. I'm like, but we'll go with 10. You have a 10-person team, and if everyone's working a 40-hour work week in the span of 1 week, then they're getting 400 hours that are being done. In the span of a month, it's 1,600 hours. I'm like, right now, with the size of our business, like we're not putting in as much as it feels like we're working really hard and doing like we're not putting in 1,600 hours worth of work. Like it's just like we don't have enough people to get that done. We're not having that much experience. And then they somehow find there's still work to get done after those 1,600 hours get done, And I think that like, that's been something that's been really helpful for me to recognize that this intensity is really like, it's only intense and like, it's only intense for people who aren't playing at the level that like, that's, that you may want to be at, that you may be at, or that you may be wanting to play at. Because it's like if I went to, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about this. If I went to any of my old jobs when I was working in corporate, whether it was like working as a consultant, whether it was an ad tech, and I was like, oh, you know what? I shared the number of hours I was putting in as a badge of honor for how much work the business would get done. I'd be laughed at, like, or be laughed with, or whatever it is. But it's just like it's laughable in some regards here, where it's like, yes, it is a lot for an individual to be putting in and building out the business in this way. But in the grand scheme of business, in the grand scheme of like building an organization of impact, it's just like it's a couple hours. Like, like it's so like it feels good to be in that level of intensity to say, like, so we're gonna do a lot. And we're not gonna apologize for it. There's no need to apologize for it because we actually have a lot of catch up to do. And so that gives us a lot of space. It's why I love the 10,000 minutes like game that's being played. It's like, oh, I'm just going live like on consistently now. And so being able like there's a lot I have to learn. I'll learn and I'd love to learn that in a relatively short period of time. This is the first time I've come onto a live with my hoodie on. In my mind, I'm wearing a hoodie. It represents it's a hoodie from my beach handball club. You've heard me talk about that. If you watch me over the weekend, I'll bring in more of the beach handball stuff. But I was thinking to myself because I can't help but assess risk. I'm like, oh, am I like should I be wearing a hoodie with their name on it right now? Like these things are playing out through my mind. And I didn't know I would have this problem until I came out and I decided to hit record, until I decided to lean into the intensity of it all. So like this, I'm going to end this message here. My ask of you is to think for yourself, like where does intensity live for you? In what places are you letting people? Are you showing up less than what you tolerate? And on the other side of it here, what are you apologizing for that you like no longer need to? Right? And what would happen if you allowed yourself to be as intense as you actually are and you gave people a chance to see that? This is not to be uncompromising. This is not to be like a jerk. It's just about knowing like what you stand for, what you'll tolerate in the world, what you're not no longer apologizing for, and allowing that to be a party of the conversation as well. All right. We're going to play this way here. I appreciate you. My name is Niiamah Ashong, and I lead the Outliers Edge movement. I would love to come see you come and spend time with other people who are in the practice of, and I think that is really the key of where this movement lives. It's the ongoing practice of showing up as an outlier in your fullness and using that to build, to lead the reason why you're on this planet, and to build the engines. I was going to say systems, but it's even more the engines that will continue to sustain that on a long term. If you want to go and practice being all of who you are in the space here, and then see how you can incorporate that into the engines that make your business and your impact and who you are, even like you take that up to higher and higher levels, then come join us inside of the Outliers movement. You can use the QR code on the screen if you're watching this, or if you're listening, you can just go to outliersedge.com/guild or school.com/outlier, and that'll get you over there. All right. We'll end this one here, and we'll play out from going forward. Until later on, be well. All right, y'all. So that was me just sharing some of my real-time live thoughts here in terms of thought leadership. I want to play more in this space. I want to come out and share more with you. I love thinking out loud with each of you, and being in a space where I can, we get a chance to work this out. And what I envision happening is a mixture of this over the upcoming weeks and months, like just coming in every time I have a thought that might come from, and these come from like my actual experiences. So it's not like I just had a random thought, but it's like actually collated and curated and capturing what's happening in real time. What might have happened with a client call and how I was feeling afterwards, and some of the insights that came from that, or some of the things that came with my team calls, or some of the work that got done. So just know that like you'll be seeing me on live a lot, and I'm excited for it because like this is where everything's getting started. This is where all of everything's going into this space. So I get excited to spend more time with you. My invitation is to come and join us inside of the Outliers Edge movement, so we can actually spend time with. Like it's a free program, but it's a full on program. Like I meet with every single person in there. We get a chance to know like what your goals are, and then like we execute together, we implement together. I consider myself now not a coach, but a co-creator. And we utilize these live streams, we utilize different conversations, and you have each other to keep growing with. And the best thing is that it starts out free. So just come be a part of it. And if you want to, like, this is a business. So like, if you want to come join us for some of the other things we do in there, you can always upgrade and continue down the journey. But come join us inside of the movement. Let's see here. I feel good about this. We're gonna wrap up this session here. If you have anything, if you want to leave any messages in the chat, leave a comment or such. Like, let me know. Like, I know people are watching this. Like, it's cool to see you all out there. I'll be showing up regardless, but just know that this is real for me. Last thing, I'll end with this. For any of you that are in the States here, like, happy Thanksgiving. I'll probably make something about this either tomorrow or another day, because it's not my. I've already had 10,000 live minutes, I'm sure, if I added it up over the years. My first ever, this is a little behind the scene, like a little Easter egg, but my first ever lives, I started doing it in like 2015, maybe 2016, I want to say. You can go find them. They're still on Facebook out there. And it was me coming in and sharing 3 things I was grateful for that day. And that's how, like, I was doing a gratitude log, and I remember doing it. It was definitely 2016. I was in it by 2016. So it's been about 10 years now that I look at it here. Oh, not yet. About 9 years here since I first started, like, just hitting record and going live. And it was like I have this distinct memory of me being in like a movie theater. And during that movie theater experience, I was like, oh, I have to do my 3 things. And it was like, I was grateful for like the silliest things, like the smallest things. But I still remember that 9 years later, because I remember like being at such a level of connectedness with self, and the joy of what was around me, and gratitude for what was there, that I could be appreciative of, like, I don't know, a microphone cover, just so I can, like, because it allows us for you to hear me, like that's cool. It allows us to be in conversation. And so I'm grateful for this next iteration here. I invite you to keep joining us here. Please, when you come in, leave a comment. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what's up. And we'll keep going. But you'll see me here. You'll see me here like daily. Talk about daily. I'll end with this last point, which is a logistical point, but like it still feels good. I was originally planning on doing these at 10 a.m. Pacific each day, and now I'm moving to 1 p.m. Pacific each day. I think it's going to be a couple of different reasons. One, I got to start off the day and focus on getting a lot of my client work done, my admin work for the day, and some deeper work done each day before I get started. It also gives me a chance to like rev up, like invite people to come play, like see what the day wants to bring, and then just be like, hey, do you want to come join us live later on today? That's happened. Like that happens for me. Like when I have I've brought on three people right now to come on live with me on this in this show. And so far, all of that has just been like in the moment, real time. Like, you want to just go like this conversation we're having, we can just go live with it. And it's been so cool. It's been so cool. And what's been happening is that every time I've invited people in that way, everyone said yes. And that goes back to the intensity. It goes because like a part of me is like, I'm like, I can't ask this. I had one of my coaches. I'm like, can you just coach me live? Because I said I was going to go live at this time and we have a conflict. And he did it. There's like, yeah, what do you need from me? I'm in. One of my clients earlier today, we were recording, we had our client session, and I was like, I'm gonna build a tool for you. And as I started building out the tool and I was explaining to her what I was building, I was like, this would actually be really great if we did it live. And so I was like, you wanna just take this live? And she's like, yeah, that'd be really fun. Like, that's the intensity. That's the filter. That's like what it takes to be in my world now. It's like, hey, look, I do things in real time. I learn out loud. And that's part of the movement. It's part of letting the things that are being seen inside, letting that we create a lot of excellence externally. And what I'm really about is making sure you can see what's happening internally. And honestly, y'all, I can be really messy with this stuff. I'm first generation out of Ghana. Like I am I've been figuring things out my whole life. All right. And my playbook has never been the playbook that everyone else has known. And I think that what has happened over the years, especially in entrepreneurship, I have found myself looking out to other gurus for their answer, looking out to other coaches for their answers, and just really thinking like, looking out to like other people who are in the same space and seeing like, I guess this is how it's supposed to look. But that's not what got me here. What got me here was the fact that like I didn't know, and I'm gonna play and I'm gonna lean into that. But I didn't know, but I showed up. I didn't know, and I showed up. And then eventually, I had enough experience that when I took a step back, I'm like, oh, I know more than I thought. There's gonna be a bunch of people who are gonna have live stream experiences because we decided to do this. Same way we gave a bunch of people the experiences of getting onto podcast conversations, podcast panels, right? So when I say that, I say a bunch of people. I mean, we had over 900 people in 12 months sign up to be on the podcast. We had over 400 episodes come out in 18 months. Like, we're not messing around with this. I get excited. I am intense. Like when you come into my world, we're going to get at it, and then we're going to grow and co-create from there. What's your level of intensity? What's the thing that you're holding back that from not letting people know like the real way that you play your game? I would love for you to bring that out in the world. And if you feel like you want to go and practice that, if you feel like you want a space where you can be like, what is that? Or like to expand and make that more of you, come join us inside the movement. We are constantly in practice. We are constantly in implementation of who we are being out in the world. I will end this here. Actually, this time, but know that like I cherish you. Like I think you're awesome, and like, the only people I believe that can really change the world for the better are outliers, because they see the world differently. They live their life differently, and it's for them. It's just life, right? We're not asking you to do anything other than just be you and have the courage to be you on whatever level you're here to play on, and make sure that you do it in a way that you can sustain your livelihood, your family, your dreams, your ambition, and your impact. Like, and do it with integrity. Right. Until the next time we talk, be you on purpose. Journey on.